Maintenance records list the room as inactive. Neighbors say they hear footsteps from inside every night. At first, no one questioned it. Old buildings always had quirks, unexplained noises, pipes that knocked like distant footsteps. But this was different. The footsteps were steady, deliberate, and always began at exactly 1:17 a.m., as if someone inside the building followed a schedule no one else knew about. Tenants on the third floor learned to stop opening their doors when they heard it. They said the sound never came from the hallway. It came from behind a door that wasn't supposed to exist. The door sat at the far end of the east wing, past the last listed apartment. It was painted the same dull beige as the others, but its number plate had been removed. Leasing maps skipped over the space entirely. When residents asked management, they were told the room had been sealed years ago due to structural issues. That answer didn't explain why the light under the door glowed every night, thin and yellow, as if someone inside refused to sleep in the dark. A maintenance supervisor checked the records after repeated complaints. The room was marked inactive, no tenant history, no lock changes, no inspections. Yet the building's power logs showed consistent electricity usage coming from that exact location, not during the day, only at night, always beginning at 1:17 a.m. That detail raised a question no one wanted to ask. Why would an inactive room follow a routine? Residents began comparing stories. One woman claimed she heard furniture moving inside, slow dragging sounds that paused whenever someone passed the door. Another swore she saw the doorknob turn slightly, just enough to catch the light, before stopping. No one ever saw the door open. But several tenants reported dreaming of a woman standing in a narrow room, facing the wall, whispering as if she were counting something over and over again. Those dreams became more specific. People described the same stained carpet, the same single flickering ceiling light, the same feeling that the woman knew they were watching her. Some woke up with the impression that she had turned her head at the last second, just before they jolted awake. The building manager dismissed it as stress, until she herself dreamed of standing outside a door that refused to appear on any floor plan. That was when a contractor was called in. His job was simple. Open the sealed room, document the condition, and close it again. He arrived during the day, confident and calm, joking about ghost stories as he unlocked the door. But less than 5 minutes after stepping inside, he backed out pale and shaking. He said the room felt warm, like someone had just stood up and left. When pressed for details, he refused to continue. His final words lingered long after he quit the job. "It's not empty," he said. "It's waiting." The contractor never returned, and neither did the calm in the building. After his visit, the footsteps began earlier, drifting through the walls just after midnight. Tenants noticed new details they could not unhear. The steps paused outside certain doors, lingered, then continued, as if something inside the sealed room was learning the layout of the floor. People started sleeping with lights on, convincing themselves it was just an old building settling. But buildings do not hesitate. Management ordered the East Wing locked after dark, citing safety concerns. It changed nothing. The light under the unnumbered door still appeared every night, steady and patient. Power logs showed a spike in usage now, stronger than before. Someone asked a question that should have been obvious. If the room was inactive, where was the electricity going? No appliances were listed. No fixtures were registered. Yet something inside was drawing power, like it needed help staying present. A longtime tenant finally uncovered archived blueprints from the building's original construction. The sealed room appeared there, smaller than the others, windowless, tucked between two load-bearing walls. Handwritten notes marked it as temporary housing during a renovation decades earlier. One name appeared repeatedly in the margins, then abruptly stopped. The records ended with a single line written darker than the rest. "Do not reassign." That same night, several residents dreamed of the woman again. This time, she was no longer facing the wall. She stood near the door, close enough that they could see her expression clearly. She looked exhausted but relieved, like someone who had been waiting a very long time for company. When she spoke, her voice was calm. She said the room was never meant to be sealed while she was still inside. At 12:58 a.m., a security camera caught movement in the east wing. The unnumbered door was visible for the first time on footage, its outline sharper than before. At 1:17 a.m., the knob turned fully. The door opened inward, revealing only darkness. No one stepped out. But the light beneath the door went out for the first time since anyone could remember. The next morning, a tenant on the third floor was reported missing. Her apartment was unlocked, her bed neatly made. On her nightstand sat a folded maintenance notice she had never requested. Written across the top, in unfamiliar handwriting, were the words "inactive" reassigned. When police searched the east wing, the unnumbered door was gone. In its place was a solid wall, warm to the touch. Power usage dropped to 0 that night. The footsteps stopped, but residents still wake at 1:17 a.m., convinced someone has just closed a door nearby. And in their dreams, the woman finally sleeps, not because she left the room, but because someone else took her place.